Hello, Michelle. How are you today?
Good, Lindsay. Lindsay, have you ever had to save a seat for someone, like at a movie theater or a show or at a table
Yes.
or yeah.
Of course, yes, I have, and sometimes it can feel a little awkward, especially when you're in a scenario where seats are are a high value item,
Yep.
right? Yes, absolutely. I have. What about you?
Yes, I have yeah, of course. I mean, and it depends. Like usually it's not a big deal, right? But like you
Right.
said, if it's a hot ticket and you're
Yes.
in the movie theater and well, now some movie theaters have assigned seats. But if you're
Yeah.
in a theater and you have to save the more you have to save, the more awkward it gets. And also depending on how high value this ticket is. So it
Yes,
can be
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad we're going into this topic today, how to communicate this, right? What are we learning on the show today, Michelle?
Okay, well, we are going to be talking about, a few different aspects of this situation. We're going to teach how to ask if a seat is available and
Okay.
then how to say that it's taken because you can be on
Yes.
either end of these. So the biggest thing, in my opinion, is to sound confident and be kind and make
Kind.
eye contact, right? So
Ooh.
don't have your defenses up is what I'm trying to say here.
I love that. So confident, kind, and eye contact. And we're going to show you all how to do all of those things today in English. But first, Michelle, I do want to call out our reviewers because we love these reviews, right? I mean, we want to know what you guys think of the show, right? Michelle, we
Yep.
do this for our listeners, this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So please let us know. And we are so thankful to those who have reviewed us.
Yeah, so special thank you to I can't read the Chinese, but it's someone in China on February 8th on Apple Podcasts who left us a 5-star review and they said your podcast is the best. So huge thank you to our listener for that and Carla 1803 from Honduras on Apple Podcasts also an amazing 5-star review. And then Sevok KH from the US on January 30th, another 5-star review. Michelle, amazing. Amazing.
Thank you so much. That really warms our hearts. Seriously.
Yes, yes,
It's
guys.
very
It
nice.
means
And we do see them.
yeah, it's like a little Christmas gift for us in
Yeah.
February, right? So
Yes.
so guys, go over and leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast and let us know what you think of the show and ask your question. That's one way to get your question answered and we will put it into our queue of episode ideas. Okay?
Definitely. And guys, stay tuned. If you are listening on Spotify, we are going to have a special poll at the end. We've been having a lot of fun with these,
Yes.
and you can participate, answer the poll question, and then we will read the results on a future episode.
All right, fantastic, Michelle. All right, so let's get into it. What do we need to know on how to handle this scenario with the seat?
Okay, so let's talk about if you are in the situation where you're looking for a seat,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
First of all, you see someone and maybe actually I was in this situation a couple weeks ago too,
Okay. Yeah.
where I was looking for a seat
Yeah.
and I was at an event. I was actually by myself,
Mhm.
and I was just looking for one seat. And you see scatterings of seats here and there, and it's always hard to tell is that one seat
Right.
available or not, right?
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a moment where you have to communicate. You have to ask the question because, especially with one seaters, right? One seater
Yeah.
situations, you
Yep.
don't know if someone's saving that seat for someone. It's
Right.
tough. All right, Michelle. So, what else can you say?
So yeah, you can start out by saying, "Is anyone sitting here?"
I love that. Or we can say, is this seat free? Right. We also usually point at the seat or gesture towards the seat. Right, Michelle?
Right. And free, we don't mean that it doesn't cost anything,
Right.
right? We could do a whole episode about that word free because
Yes.
it sometimes it means is it available and sometimes it means does it cost anything? And then of course
Yes.
freedom, right?
hmm
So interesting. But here we're asking a fancy way of saying is this seat available?
Right. Or we could say, could I take this seat? So here we're kind of putting this into more of a request using the word could. I like that.
Right. And this one could also be used sometimes you have the set seats and it's like in a movie theater or a show, the seats are
Yeah.
you can't move them, but sometimes this one could be used. Let's say you're in a coffee shop and you see one person and they're sitting on their laptop at a table for 3. right?
Yes,
And so there
yes,
are 2 available seats, and you could really use one of them because there aren't
yes.
enough seats at your table. So sometimes people say, "Could I take this seat?"
Right, and then they might actually grab the seat and move it
Pick up
to
yeah.
a table. Check out the vibe in the space if they want you to do that or don't want you to do that. Some place coffee shops are usually fine, but like restaurants, you don't wanna
Mhm.
do that. Right, Michelle?
No, not No, that would be strange at at a restaurant. More
That would be
casual
strange.
situations, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or, Michelle, what's the last one we can say?
Are you using this seat?
Good. Yeah. These are all
And I
so
would say that
natural.
one also is more for, like, that coffee shop. It implies if you're not using it, I'm going to take it from you.
Yes, for sure. Right, so are you using the seat? Okay, thank you, and then you're gonna go ahead and grab it, right, most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay, so that is the side if we're looking for a seat. Now what if we're in the other position, Michelle?
Yes. Okay, let's talk about real quick. I mean, if it's available, you can just say, "Yeah, it's all yours."
Nice. Or you can say, "Go for it." Now, I love how casual and natural this is. Go for it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Do you use this one?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That you could also just say, if they say, "Is anyone sitting here?" You could say, "No, no one's sitting here." Right? You could just be more basic. But these are a couple different, a little bit more interesting ways of saying, right?
Right.
So you could say, "It's all yours," or "Go for it." If
Yeah.
somebody says, Can I take this seat?" Go for it.
Right, and that's only a response if someone asks you, "Can I take this seat?" It's not a response if someone says, "Is someone sitting here?" We wouldn't say, "Go for it." You need a
Right.
little something more to imply, "Yes, you can take it." "No, no
Right.
one's sitting there. You can take it. Go for it." Right? That kind of thing.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, Michelle, we are back here. Now, if it's a what else do we wanna say here?
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about no, you don't want to give up that seat. Your friend is coming. You need those seats.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So
Mhm.
you could say the easiest one is sorry, the seat's saved.
This seat saved. Yeah, this also feels like school days too, where kids
Yeah.
would save seats for their friends, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep, exactly. Or what else could you say? You could be really more specific.
I'm sorry, I'm saving this seat for my partner or my friend who's coming soon, right? Something like that.
Exactly. Giving
Mhm.
some more information.
Yeah.
Or you could say, I'm sorry, I think that seat's taken. So that could even be like, are you ever at the movies and somebody else you saw that somebody else got up and you
Y
know that they were sitting there and
right,
know there
right.
doesn't be an issue if they come back and there's no seat for them.
Yeah, and the grammar's interesting here too, the this and the that, right? So, I'm sorry, this seat is taken, and this means this
Mm.
seat is at my table in my space with my party, versus, I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
think that seat is taken. That's not necessarily your seat or your party's seat. It's over
Mhm.
there. So, really interesting
Mhm.
to look at the difference there.
Exactly, exactly. So, where are we now? So then you could also say, actually, you could say, I'm actually saving this seat.
And I love it's so interesting how we put actually we should do another episode on that, Michelle, a refresh episode of the ways that we use actually. I know we've done something like that before, but to kind of refresh our memory
Yeah,
on
I
why
think
did
I
we
think
put
we could do an update.
yeah, I think we use it as a softener, a social softener, not a fabric
Social stuff.
softener, a social softener. To I don't know, it just softens what we're saying because we're essentially rejecting the person, right?
Right.
We're saying, no, you can't have this, but adding in actually softens it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, is there anything else you think is important to remember with this, or any
I
comments you want to
I
make?
I don't know. I really love what you said at the top. You said eye contact, confident, and kind. Isn't that what you said?
Mhm.
I really like
Mhm.
that because you have to get the point across, right? You can't
Mhm.
confuse someone and leave them thinking, well, can I take this seat? Can I not take this seat? I'm unclear. That's awkward.
Right.
So we
Yeah.
need to be clear, but also
Yeah.
confident and kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the things.
Yeah.
Lindsay, how many seats do you think is fair for somebody to save?
Oh, okay. Give me this scenario though. Are we at a
Okay.
movie theater? Are we at a bar? Where are we?
Hmm. Okay, let's do movie theater.
Mm. Nowadays, when I buy movie tickets, it's always reserved. It feels
Right.
like it's always
Right.
reserved. But I think honestly, probably one for a party of two. I don't know about. It might be obnoxious to save. I mean, you could maybe go up to 3 total seats, so you have 2 and 2, right?
Mhm.
But no more than that, and I would tend to say, to be more conservative, save one other seat, like,
Mhm.
whoever you're going out with, and saving a
Mhm.
whole row, probably not okay. Kind of a faux pas, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it can be uncomfortable, but yeah, it's always a little uncomfortable. Then you're putting all your jackets down, right? You
Yes,
have you
yes.
ever, you try and save your seat with a jacket or a hat, and then you run out of jackets, and then
Then
you're
you put
putting
one mitten on one seat, one
right.
mitten on the next seat, yes.
Exactly. And I'm actually curious too if this is a cultural thing.
Yes.
I wonder how this varies from culture to culture. Is it okay to save seats in your culture? Do people get annoyed, or is this kind of a very common thing and it's no big deal to do it?
Well, that would make a great question, right? A
I
great
think
poll
that's going to be
question
our
for
poll
today.
question for today.
Yes, that's a
Exactly.
fantastic question. We love learning about our listeners' cultures, right? And I have a
Yes.
feeling you're right, Michelle. This does vary across cultures.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear from them. Michelle, should we go into some role plays here?
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple. So here we go. I am at the movies and I'm saving 3 seats for my friends, and it's pretty packed.
Ooh.
And you are looking for a seat. Here we
Okay,
go.
here we go. All right. Oh, hi. Is anyone sitting here?
Sorry, these seats are saved. The ones with the coats on, though.
Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, and
Very common.
you do run the risk of I don't know, these days everyone's temperature is like we're all
That's
up
true.
here with stress, right? As a culture, I think right now. So you
Hmm.
do run the risk of someone potentially snapping when that happens. And just need to be prepared. It could
No, that's
happen.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
If it's like a totally packed theater and
Yeah.
this person is looking and you're
Yes.
still saying, especially, oh gosh, the worst is if they don't show up until after the show
Oh,
starts.
no, mortifying for you, right? If you've been the one saving it. And
Right.
obviously, if someone snaps at you, that's more about them than about you. So we can provide another episode another day for that scenario, Michelle. That would be
Mhm.
interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just saying it could happen, especially in
Mhm.
American culture right now.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So let's
Okay.
go into our next role play, shall we?
Oh, well, just to review, you said, "Hi, is
All right.
anyone sitting here?" And then I
Mhm.
said,
Sorry, these seats are saved. All right, but I think as we're seeing this role play, it's kind, but it's confident, and as you said, we're making eye contact.
yeah.
That's a weird thing if we're not making eye contact
Right.
on a
Right.
social
And also
level.
it depends how you say it. If I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, these seats are saved," right?
Yeah.
That shows, "Oh, I'm feeling some regret for it. I'm sorry. I'm feeling a
Yeah.
little maybe a little uncomfortable. I feel sorry that I have
Mm.
to tell you that news."
Yes.
But if I say, "Sorry, these seats are saved," right? Like I don't
Yes.
care then it's just kind of rude.
It's all
So we
about the
have to think about how
delivery.
we say it. Yep. Oh yeah.
Tone of voice and delivery. I agree. Okay, what
Mhm.
else, Michelle?
All right, so let's do the second one. So here you are at a restaurant and I am looking for a seat. So this is more of a fast food type cafeteria. I'm thinking Costco.
Okay, like a
Yeah,
mall cafeteria or something. Yeah.
yeah, when there's
Yeah.
not that many seats available.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay. All right.
Is this seat free?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Great, thanks. It's super crowded in here.
No problem. Yeah, and it does feel nice to have that exchange with a stranger sometimes and to have that kindness, right? That level of
Mhm.
kindness and being able to
Mhm.
help the generosity, even just in the
Mhm.
simple gesture of letting someone have your chair, that can be a
Mhm.
very positive experience for us,
Mhm.
right?
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, here I said, "Is this seat free?" Meaning, is the seat available?
And then I said, "Yeah, it's all yours." Yeah or yes. You could say yes, a little more formal, or just, "Yeah, it's all yours." Okay?
Mhm,
Love
mhm.
it.
Yeah, so let's get into that poll.
Yeah.
So the poll for today, guys, remember, if you're listening on Spotify, you're gonna see this poll, so definitely let us know. We will read the results in a future episode. The question for today is it acceptable to save seats in crowded places in your culture? Yes or no? Ooh.
I love this question, and I cannot wait to review the results. So we're
Yep,
gonna have
me
the
too.
results available in a few weeks on a future episode of All Ears English. So make sure you are following the show so you don't miss the results. And guys, to
Definitely.
go check out another episode, that would be 2359, How to
Mhm.
Connect Ideas and People in English. I love that. So go
Yeah.
over and check that one out. All
All
right.
right. So, takeaway for today, Lindsay, what do you think?
Well, I think that these are opportunities to put some kindness out into the world, right? People
Mhm.
are stressed nowadays in our daily lives, and we are busy. But these are opportunities to have a really positive interaction with a stranger that can set you on a course for a really nice day, and the other
Right.
person too, right?
It's true, right. If it depending on how this goes, it's so funny. We've talked about this before, how those
Yeah,
little moments can
little
make or break
moments.
it.
Yes.
And this is one of those, even it's just saying, "Oh, it's super crowded in here." We're
Yeah.
sharing a very tiny moment of connection,
Yes.
and these things, they go a long way.
They go a long way and they compound over time and they affect each of you and your energy moving forward through the
Yeah.
day and how you kind of treat other people too, right? It's kind of the
Mhm.
karma effect a little bit. So I love it. So good. Good topic today, Michelle. And I'll see you on the next one. All
All
right.
right, talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.